I'm your host, China Terrell, and I'm here with Erroll Foster and with Dale White. And we have the opportunity now to talk about a unique training program that made a tremendously successful debut last year. It's called the ProBid training program. Dale, welcome again. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you, Erroll, for being here.
You're welcome.
That's
Thank you
good.
for having me.
Thank you. And so I understand that this vision for the ProBid training program came initially to you, but you all are partners. You all co-taught this last year, and it was a huge success. What is this program?
Well, ProBid stands for Profitable Bid. And what we saw, Dale and myself, was that they were having a problem in bidding and estimating. And it's basically coming down to mathematical and word processing skills.
Exactly. Who's they?
The people, such as the contractors. All of your contractors that are estimators that have to do estimating and bidding. So they could be sheetrockers, they could be roofers, everybody in the construction field that needs bidding and estimating skills. So as a result of that, Dale came to me, and I was in a previous position of teaching construction, and we kind of put our heads together and came up with ProBid. And it's been a very big success for us.
Why has it been such a huge success?
I think it's been such a success is that people are understanding and pinpointing their problems in business. A lot of your skilled workers that are coming into business for themselves haven't been taught any business skills, any business acumen, and I think that's a result of once they understand their bottom line, once they understand how to cash flow their projects, they have a better understanding of their business, and that's what's been a success for us, is teaching them those two aspects along with several other aspects of construction and bidding and estimating that go along with it.
Now, Dale, you're teaching this class too. What's been the joy of teaching in this for you?
Well, I'm learning from him, and he's learning from me, as well as we're both learning from Sarah Erroll, who takes care of the technical computer portion of the class. Sarah is actually the program manager for Selby CDC.
Now, what's this technical computer portion about?
Well, she works with the individuals in terms of how do you navigate onto the internet, how do you actually even use a computer. We have many people who are very skilled craftsmen, but not skilled in terms of using a computer. So she'll help them in that process. Or if they need to look up something on the internet and they're still confused, they can come into the office and she'll work with them. We actually have a three-pronged approach to teaching. Normally in a class, I'll teach maybe the first half, and I'll deal with the finance and management end of the business. Erroll will come in the second half. He'll deal with the actual construction end of it. And then throughout the process, Sarah's there to work the computer graphics for us, and also to explain to individuals how they can navigate through the various parts of the computer as it relates to the class there.
So we've got the construction, the finance, and the management, and then the technology through Sarah. How long is this course?
Well, it depends. We've specialized the course for one of our partners, which is the Minnesota Department of Transportation, to a 4-week course, because most of our contractors have to be out in the field in order to get their men and their women started in the day. So we only take up half of the day. So it's a 3-hour course taught 4 times, 1 time a week for 4 weeks.
Okay.
Now for the community, we'll teach an 8-week course because maybe they're not as learned as say somebody that has a contract with MnDOT. So they're going to want to know how to read a request for proposal, how to extrapolate that information out, put it into a word form or into a mathematical equation to figure out their cost of the project. So that may take a little bit longer. And now we're in the development of working on maybe a 2.5-day course for those contractors that we have to go outstate in order to service.
So we're talking about people who already have a business and are already doing contracting, and then we're also talking about people in the community. Dale, talk to me a little bit more about the target group. So for example, if I'm a viewer at home, this class is for whom exactly?
It would be for someone who could be a startup, who really wants to make sure that they set their business up correctly and they understand the mechanics of estimating and bidding. Ideally, we're probably going to have more people, I'd say maybe 85–90%, who are already operating existing businesses. The businesses, they're going after the opportunities, but they're not getting those awards. And as a result, they've realized now that they need to sharpen their pencil. So that's our real target group there. But it can be not only in the construction industry, but it goes across the board. Let's say you're operating a pizza parlor. Well, there are costs involved in making a pizza. So we want to make sure that people understand how do they compute those real costs and make sure that, I'm an old computer programmer and I used to always use the expression there's garbage in and garbage out. Well, we want to make sure we're not putting garbage into our estimates so that we're getting quality out now.
Now, I understand there's an application for this program, but then also when I went on your website, I saw something of a pretest. Talk to me about those.
Okay.
Well, the pretest, it's twofold. One is to find out where you stand right now as far as understanding the business acumen side of contracting. And that'll give you a pretty good gauge as to if you understand some of the questions that are on the pretest, it'll give you a good gauge as to where you stand. The second part of it is for those people that may be a little too advanced for our class. There are some people out there. We are finding that even engineering companies, surveying companies are coming in to sharpen their pencil, but there may be some people that they understand all of the business acumen and all the business tools that we're trying to teach, and they may be a little savvy for us. So in that instance, that'll let you know whether it's worth your time or not to take the course.
All right. And then what's your website? Where do we get the information for the class?
Okay, that would be www.selbyareacdc.org.
www.selbyareacdc.org. One other thing, I know that there's a certification component, which is really key and a big value add to anyone interested in attending this class. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, that's the CERT program, Central Certification, which is sponsoring four government agencies: Ramsey County, Hennepin County, City of St. Paul, and the City of Minneapolis. And it's a relatively easy process to get you certified. You have to be in business for a year, and then you have to have certain documentation to go along with your app. We help you in that process. As Erroll mentioned, we're working with the Minnesota Department of Transportation. They also have a certification, what's called Disadvantaged Business Enterprises. And what we do there is we are helping people to go through that process. A little bit more elaborate. They ask for a lot more detail, but we can help them there. And then we also have the SBA 8A program, and we help individuals get certified at the federal level there.
All right, so SelbyAreaCDC.org, that's where we go for more information. Now, in our last seconds, I have a question. Are both of you gentlemen intending to attend the Jazz Festival, the annual Selby Area Jazz Festival?
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
When is it? What is it? Where is it? Talk to.
It's on September 13th, which is a Saturday. Runs from noon till around 8 in the evening. And it was started by one of the graduates of the NDC program, Michael Wright, who operates Golden Time Coffee Cafe right on the corner of Milton and Selby Avenue. And Mike had this vision about being able to bring the community together, and the best way to bring a community together is with music. And as a result, it started out as a small event 6 years ago, and we had like 1,500 people. This year we're anticipating it's going to probably be over 8,000 people there.
And I understand there are activities for the children?
That's correct.
Oh, yes.
All right, so
Right.
September the 13th, the annual Selby Area
CDC
CDC
Jazz Festival.
All right.
So it's a really great way to meet a lot of people in the community. A lot of the vendors will be out there, as well as the fact that we'll have some really great music and some great food. So it's a wonderful time, and hopefully we'll have some great weather that day to get out and just kick our heels up and relax for a while.
All right, wonderful. We'll hopefully see you at the Selby Area CDC Jazz Fest, and thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And people can find out more information about the ProBid training program on your website.
That is correct.
All right,
yes.
thank you both very much.
Not a problem. Thank you.